Look at him snapped it back into play.
I'm doing fantastic.
So, doing
fantastic.
this long arm.
Ask me, I'm doing fantastic.
How good is
Doing
it?
fantastic. Ask me, I'm doing fire.
Nice, Tony.
Ah, yes, the next big one coming up, the U.S. Open beginning Thursday at Pebble Beach. Tony Finau still seeking that first major win in his career.
And before he left for Pebble Beach, I had a chance to sit down with Tony, look ahead to the Open, look back on his impressive performance at the Masters, his involvement with the Utah Championship, and giving back to young golfers here in Utah.
When I think of Web.com Tour, I think of the grind. And you went through that grind. What did that grind teach you, and what did that do for you to propel you to where you are now, where you can compete at the highest level?
Yeah, the Web.com was huge for me. Teaching me how to travel, outside of playing. A lot of what we do is a mind game. Not only playing, in between shots, what are we thinking? When we travel, what are we thinking? There's a lot of things that go into it. So that was a huge part. And then learning how to win and compete at a high level. I had that confidence coming off the web and knew that if I could win on the web, why can't I win the PGA Tour? So those are some of the things that I learned on the Web.com Tour, and it's truly the best path to the PGA Tour.
With your foundation, I know it was a great moment for you to receive that $40,000 check.
It was.
How important is it for you now that you've made it at the highest level to be able to give back and to be able to help grow the game of golf here in the state of Utah?
Yeah, it's a huge part, and it's a huge part of who I am. I feel like I've come from humble beginnings. It'd be very selfish for me to gain some of the accolades that I have and not give back. I feel very strongly about that, about my community I've grown up in Rose Park, as well as just everywhere here in Utah. I feel like through the game of golf, I've learned a lot of great things, and I've met a lot of great people. This game has so much to offer, and I would have never known that if I wasn't involved in the game. But to be able to give back now through this Utah Championship, alongside with Utah Sports Commission, is something that's very cool for our foundation.
You're having a great year, top 15 in the FedEx Cup standings. We all saw what happened at the Masters.
Yeah.
What was that experience like at Augusta, playing a final round with Tiger Woods, shaking his hand at 18? Was it surreal for you? What was that like?
Yeah, it was really cool. I think I look at it a little bit different than most guys. When I think about the Masters, I thought I had a great chance to win, and that's how I look at it. But outside of that, it was very special to be able to play alongside Tiger and watch him make history. I think it's something that our game needs Tiger, and to continue to grow. He brings something to the table that even none of us younger guys can bring. That there's an excitement about Tiger and what he does, and just the aura of him that brings so much excitement to the game. So that was really cool to be a part of that. I came up short, in my first, I think, true attempt to win my first green jacket. But we'll get after it next year.
We're glued to the TV every time you play. I mean, can you sense the support here in Utah and the excitement that people have to see you make it at that level?
Yeah, I hear it quite often. It seems like there's a lot of people from Utah out on the road that come out and support and watch, and that's really cool for me. I think Utah's one great big family, and I definitely feel the support of my fellow Utahns and native Utahns. So it's something that's very special, and I'm grateful for the support. It's really humbling.
You've had all the success, and people are going to ask you, why can't you do more? They want more from you. How difficult is it as a player to be patient and to take time and go through, not skip steps to try to get to that point where you are winning those tournaments?
It's extremely tough, to be patient. And I'm at a time now where, for me, I'm chasing that next victory. I'm chasing that second win on tour, and after the second, I'll be chasing the third and the fourth. But I've learned, and a lot of people are quoted, it's all about the journey, and I'm enjoying. I always feel grateful to be able to do what I do for a living. I've come from very little, and just a lot different background than most of these guys that are playing on the PGA Tour. And it's not that I look for petty or anything like that. It's just true that I truly have come from different circumstances than some of those guys. And it's something that's very cool for me to be able to play at the highest level and compete on a weekend basis against the best players in the world.
It's so fun to watch your journey, Tony. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jaron.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Great to catch up with you.
Thanks.
The Utah Championship will take place at the Oak Ridge Country Club in Farmington from June 24th to the 30th. Well, just in 81 days.